guys, Sam Adams here, and welcome to the Weekly Recap, which is a series every Saturday here on my channel where I choose my top couple of news stories from the week and go into further detail about them in the tech and gaming industry. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hit on some of the high points. It's going to be a shorter version of the Weekly Recap, mainly because there was so much to cover that I couldn't really cover it all. So at the end of the video, I will show you some places where you can go and read up on all of the different gaming and tech news that happened this past week. But for now, let's go ahead and hit on my top 3 or 4 news stories of the week. Starting off, virtual reality played a huge role at GDC this past week. Obviously, VR is a huge part of the future of gaming as of the past couple of months, and we definitely saw a lot of it at the Game Developers Conference over the past week. We saw Project Morpheus from Sony that has been completely reworked with a new look and appearance, as well as a 1080p 5.7-inch OLED screen, kind of reminiscent of a PlayStation Vita screen. And then in addition to this, HTC announced that they would be making the HTC Vive, which is in partnership with Valve, so I'm expecting to see some pretty cool stuff coming from that end. In addition to this, Samsung is showing off their Samsung Gear VR headset, which is definitely an interesting concept. Hey you guys, am I doing it right? I think yeah. Whoa, check it out, man, that's crazy. Next up, adversary modes are coming to Grand Theft Auto 5 with the Heist update next week, which of course is a long time coming in and of itself. But you'll finally be able to do PvP matches, which have kind of been in the game since day one, but not officially. Anyways, you are getting official PvP matches, which are going to be great for friends that play GTA Online together. And these are going to be unlockable through the different heists that are going to be added to the game, again, on March the 10th. In addition to this, in the just free roam world of GTA Online, there are going to be some more free roam missions added, such as Lester calling you, giving you a mission to do, which of course is a welcome addition to the game, especially if you've been playing it since day one, which is coming up on 2 years ago. Man, that is absolutely crazy. But yeah, a lot of stuff is coming to the GTA universe next week, so I will link the Rockstar blog post down below, fully detailing the adversary modes and the other additions that are coming next week whenever heists are finally added to the game. Finally, last but not least, Nvidia unveiled their Nvidia Shield tabletop Android console, which of course is a direct competitor to the Apple TV, the Amazon Fire TV, and all of these little small Android micro gaming consoles, such as the Ouya, which of course failed terribly in my opinion. But it's been picked up recently, which I talked about a couple of weeks ago. If you'd like to go back and find that story in the weekly recap, you can feel free. I have no idea which one it was in. But the Nvidia Shield is definitely pretty interesting. It's about $100 more than its competitors, but it does pack a little bit more of a punch, using Nvidia's X1 chip to add a little bit more power to the console than these kind of things would normally have. In fact, during GDC, a version of Doom 3, the BFG edition, was actually being played, and it did look pretty good. However, on a slightly different note, Borderlands the pre-sequel had a special build being played on the console at GDC, and it was dropping frames like birds dropping poop from the sky. It looked terrible. So, it's going to be one of those things where you kind of take it as it comes. You know, you get what you pay for, and you're paying $200 to get a gaming console, and it will probably perform pretty well if you're just looking for some, you know, general kind of stuff. But what's really interesting is that they actually added a Grid Plus system, which of course Grid is the service from Nvidia, which is kind of like Netflix but for gaming. And Grid Plus is actually, well, first off, let me explain Grid. You can stream games to your console in 720p at 30 frames a second, and then that uses about 15 megabits or so of bandwidth. Then they've unveiled Grid Plus, which actually streams at 1080p 60 frames a second, which of course is pretty much console quality. And that would be absolutely amazing if there are no wires required and you're streaming to your console itself. However, the internet requirements were revealed for this, and for optimal streaming conditions, you are going to need 50 megabits per second internet speed, which is pretty much absolutely insane. And in fact, when a representative of the development department was asked what the ideal conditions would be for the streaming service, they said 150 megabits per second. Okay, so if you have Google Fiber, this one is definitely for you. So at the end of the day, this thing is definitely not for everyone, especially those that don't have the best internet connections, but it still shows a pretty cool concept. What I like about this is that with the Amazon Fire TV, the Apple TV, there are different, you know, the Chromecast kind of stuff, it's all of that kind of technology, but the fact that gaming is moving more towards that is signifying in my mind that they're trying to reach a wider audience, and the wider the audience of gamers is, the happier I am, because that means that my hobby is catching on with other people. And it's like whenever you find somebody that also likes cars and you really like cars and you can start talking back and forth, it's going to be absolutely incredible whenever we reach that point in society, and we're slowly but surely getting there. So any step towards getting more and more gamers playing in the world is a good step forward in my book. Now, of course, these aren't the only news stories of the past week, so I would recommend checking out N4G.com, DualShockers.com, IGN News, which I actually do find to be a reliable source. I don't trust their reviews, but their news is pretty great. And then, of course, you can go over to the gaming subreddit or the gaming news subreddit, where a lot of this news is going to be posted throughout the week, as well as this weekend as PAX East is going on. Unfortunately, I can't cover everything all the time, but I do hit on the major points of the past week. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a like down below, and also share it with your friends so that they can stay up to date on what is going on in the world of gaming, and share their opinions down below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please head over and check out some of my other videos. I do new stuff at least 4 days a week, and I love it when people check it out. It makes me feel good on the inside and makes me feel like I'm entertaining you guys. But as always, I just want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.